Yay Media Group.
Hello, beautiful people. Hi, gorgeous man.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
What's going on?
Put my glasses on where I can hear you.
How are you?
Can't see you.
Y'all, we are so excited to be back with you. It is June. Can you believe it?
Man, time is flying.
Babe, you're about
Time
to have another birthday. Can you believe that? It feels like we just celebrated your birthday.
Wow.
Life's flying.
It is.
And it is so precious. Life is so precious. I want to talk today on this podcast about creating inner wholeness.
I mean, I need to go to the eye doctor and get my eyes checked again.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you having a hard time seeing?
No, I see well.
Baby, I'm going to tell you something. Something happened to me at 50 years old and I started not being able to see, and I have to use bifocals all the time now because I can't see. And it's the funniest thing ever because I remember when I used to be younger and I'd see these preachers taking on their glasses and taking them off. I was like, man, they're old. Now I do the same thing.
Put them on your nose. You can see down here. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So listen, we're going to get into it this whole month. This month is so special around our home because it's June. Your kids are getting out of school. Some of your empty nesters, some of your kids are going to college. We have business as usual at Limitless. We are so honored and blessed that we pastor a church right here in Atlanta, Georgia called Limitless Church. It's like the place to be on Sundays, isn't it?
Yeah.
So great. So it's Limitless Church. And if y'all are ever in Atlanta, we would love for you to come be a part every Sunday, 10 and 11:30. It's right there
15.
across from Whitewater High School.
And 15, 20 minutes from the airport?
No, it's probably 30.
Oh.
Because you got to go those 2-lane roads. Now, if you're driving...
You don't drive from Georgia. If you don't drive like you from Georgia, if you drive like you from New York, you'll get there in 20 minutes.
You're so right. So if y'all are ever in Atlanta, make sure you come see us, 1653 Highway 85 South, Fayetteville, Georgia, 30215. We have business as usual, which is where we literally open up our 8 acres there at Limitless, and we allow you to bring your businesses, and you bring your table, and you bring your product, and we will have 100 tables all over the premises of people broadcasting their businesses. And I walk around and show all their businesses on our social pages. And it's so exciting because we really believe in really the marketplace ministry where God is raising up us to fund the kingdom.
Right.
And so if you are anywhere in the world, you don't have to be a part of Limitless. You can go to limitlesschurch.live and sign up for you to have a table on June the 7th from 10 to 2, and it's completely free. And we would love to meet you and wrap our arms around you. So make sure if you ain't got a business, you got maybe a week or two to get this week.
Yeah.
You can still sign up for your LLC and get your business out there. So we welcome you to do that. Also, we would love for you to do what right now?
Being able to hit that button.
Yes, subscribe.
Like,
and share this podcast.
And give us, hit the notification, because basically on Wednesday, every time.
Are you going to get excited?
Yeah, every Wednesday. I think the coffee have to kick in.
I don't even know. You're over here like just chill as a cucumber.
I'm seasoned now, you get seasoned, you chill.
It's so funny reading the comments of people. They're like, man, Angelo's coming out. He's coming out.
You're seasoned now. I'll be probably doing production next and directing,
Angelo, hey, look, Manson does not need your help. Manson doesn't need your help behind the scenes. So if you would, go ahead and subscribe to this, wherever you're watching, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, your Apple, watching us on YouTube. Share this with somebody, because today you're going to want to get into this topic. It is literally creating inner wholeness, which I think you and I have done a really great job since we've gotten married and just merging our lives and stuff. And it's just so important and vital. And you can do it at any phase of your life. And so y'all listen, you still have time time to get your ticket to the Dream Conference. We do a conference twice a year, one at our church in January, Limitless Church, and then one also in June. In June, we are having it at Hotel Coley, June 7th. June 27th
June
and 28th, right here in Atlanta. You can go to realtalkkim.com, get your tickets, and come alone. 70% of people come alone because it's just so much fun. Yeah. And you make a lot of friends.
Yeah. The hotel is right across next door to Buckhead. Well, it's in Buckhead next to Lenox Mall.
It's so fun.
Everything is there.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a great time, experience the city also as well.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So make sure you go right now, realtalkkim.com. All you got to do is scroll down my website and you'll get all the information that I just spilled out to you right here. Or you can go download my Real Talk Kim Go app for your phone and get to everything right there. My inner circle, masterminds, my store. I got the greatest clothes. So y'all, we'll be right back right after this. And we're so glad you're here. Everybody, and welcome back. We are Real Talk Kim and...
Man, you're here with Angelo on the
Real Talk Angelo.
Real Talk Kim and Real Talk Angelo here on the podcast and stuff here.
Because really, in reality, you're probably more real talk than I am.
You kind of getting very real. You're getting real smart. You're getting real street smart also too. I don't know what it is. But.
It is so funny because I'm getting very cultured, and I will. So in our building, they sent out this email. We live right downtown in Buckhead, and we live in a high rise, and they sent us out an email and said, we're smelling some smells in the hallways, the pot. And y'all are doing pot in the building. And they said, and if you get charged, you are going to have to pay a fine. And we don't ever smell it because we're like on the top floor and there's only 3 or 4 of our condos up here. Yeah. But it's so funny now because you'll see people are so smart because they have these pillows that go at the bottom of their doors so the stench won't come out into the hall. And so the other day we were getting on the elevator and I looked down and somebody had one of those pillows at their door. I said, look, babe, that's so the smell of the pot doesn't come out into the hallway. Angelo said, you're getting really slick, RTK. It's because I'm getting so cultured. Like, I'm on to y'all. Yeah. I'm getting it.
It's like, man, I don't know.
You didn't even think about that.
No.
You're more street smart than me.
I'm getting more church and you get more street.
We're getting cultured.
I'm getting like...
I love that. So y'all listen, today we're going to talk about creating inner wholeness. And I just think this is such a great topic, Angelo, because we live in a world of social media. And on social media, people will literally become what they watch. I believe that. My dad used to always say, birds of a feather flock together. And so if you date a broke man, you're going to be broke. He's going to use your money. If you date a crazy woman, her crazy's going to jump off on you. It's going to steal your peace. How do you cultivate peace in your life when you are faced with social media and all these things going on in this world, the noise of the news, the noise of you growing, because you can't hang around with me and not grow. What happens whenever you begin to grow and you begin to get yourself unstuck and you have to evaluate yourself? I am so big on that. Evaluating yourself, looking in that mirror and saying, you know what, I might have played a part in my dysfunction and fixing it.
Right.
And so I want to talk about that today. I want y'all to write down in your RTK journals. I want you to write down, number 1 is know yourself deeply. Know yourself deeply. How do you do that? How do you know yourself deeply? By self-reflection. What does self-reflection look like to you?
For me, it's just like, how do you remove yourself from those situations? So, I have to reflect on my situation. That's all the time I'm in a life situation. How do you, at the age of 20, where you want to be at 25 or 30?
I remember I didn't really start. I promise you, my 40s were probably the most growth seasons of my life because I was literally having to stop using, excuses for why I didn't have friends. Or I remember going to a funeral one time and there was like 1,000 people at this funeral. And I remember looking around and it like hit me in the gut. If you died, what are you going to be remembered for, Kim? And I had to really realize that I had not allowed myself to create relationships, friendships. I had so many walls built up around my heart from just being rejected and abandoned that I felt like I had to protect myself. And really, when you put those walls up, you ain't just protecting yourself, you're keeping out the blessings of God. And realizing that when people walk out of your life, God always brings other people in that are going to help you grow to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you say, self-reflection, you start thinking about that of your younger years and you look back and you say funerals. I'm like, man, I remember seeing funerals and people that I knew, they was dying every other month. So you're like, wow, like, man, I'm here at this age, this guy got killed in his 20s.
Man.
And now we look at the youth, they don't even value life.
Mm-mm.
They're like, they doing stuff like they coming back tomorrow.
I almost wonder if I'm getting to be a lot like my parents. You know how you're always like, the youth doing this. But I guess it's because we've walked around in life and seeing the reality of, you're right, that youth don't even value life. It's so hard to think about your future when you're going through hell.
Is it because we out of touch? Because like I say, when I was in my 20s and stuff, and I seen this already.
Yeah.
But it's how are we going to pull them in?
Yeah.
How are we going to be able to say, man, come here for a minute. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
So we got to have people like myself.
Yeah.
Like, come here, let me talk to you. Every time when we going somewhere and you see those kids come up to the car and they got their little water bottles.
Angelo's the funniest thing ever because all the water boys, they love Angelo. They come up to our car and all of a sudden they're swarming our car talking to Daddy Angelo.
Yeah.
And you are always giving them ideas and tips. You got that window down pouring into those kids.
Yeah.
But you do that with our Uber drivers and everybody.
Yeah, because me just giving you money or you won't just sell that water. What are you really here for?
Yeah.
What do you really want?
Somebody asked the other day at one of our events, they said, how do you, when you become successful, how do you stop being used by people? Because it's the reality. Whenever you break generational curses in your family and you start really having growth in your life and maybe becoming a millionaire or starting that company that's become really successful, people in your family that have no drive, friends that you've been hanging out with that smell like your past, they want to get the crumbs from what you have. And somebody asked the other day, how do you tell them no? How do you tell people that keep coming to you, needing resources, wanting a come up, they're always calling you about, can I borrow money? How do you do that? And I remember telling them, you always tell me, Kimberly, don't just give them money, give them value.
Right.
Help them figure out their own lane.
Right.
And that's really finding what we're talking about today, which is creating the inner wholeness. Right. It's really asking yourself every day, who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I in this new season? Because in life, you are built to grow.
Right.
Who am I now? What can I offer now?
When you're giving somebody money that's, guess what? They probably got bad credit.
Yeah.
And how do they get there?
Yeah. And me and you did a business mastermind, really, where we were teaching people. It was a 5-week course, and you were teaching people how to fix their credit, how to start their company, how to get their LLCs. My masterminds, we do it with them all the time, and we are hearing testimonies where people literally they went on their Experian apps, they refuted old addresses that they lived at 20 years ago that were still hanging on, and their credit scores literally jumped.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's inquiries.
Dramatically.
Yeah, inquiries, old, judgments or whatever they may have. But, like you say, I mean, when you fix that, how do you fix yourself?
Yeah. It's this. Yeah. It's regularly asking yourself, who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I in this season? I don't look anything like I looked even 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Like I change. I'm the queen of rebranding myself. I'm the queen of elevating and pivoting and bringing people along with me.
Yeah, I mean, if you give somebody money to put gas in their car, if you give them some money basically to pay their rent, what have they been doing for the last 365 days?
Yeah.
No savings?
Yeah.
So no savings, to mean what? Is it bad management?
Yeah.
Or you're not hustling to look for a better job, more income? Or you need 2 incomes?
Because really, in reality, when you're in these processes, Angelo, there's so many inner voices. There's so many voices inside of us, especially when we're stepping out and doing things that no one else in our family's done. Right. Those inner voices will literally tell you you can't do it, will tell you, who are you? You are, and it's really the imposter syndrome that will jump on you. And so you constantly have to be doing this self-evaluation, knowing who you are in every season, acknowledging different inner voices, acknowledging, combating fears, combating those desires on the inside of you that did not work in your past.
Right.
And not allowing yourself to go back. And then allowing your dreams to take wings. Yeah. You know, it's literally without judgment. I think we judge ourselves a lot. Beat ourselves up with the should-haves. Man, I wish I would have got it together sooner. I wish I could have enjoyed. I say it all the time, man, I wish we would have met sooner. Yeah. I wish we would have had kids together. I wish. You can't live there. Yeah. You got to enjoy now. And here's number 2. You ready for this?
We ain't adopting no kids.
No, we're not adopting.
Not like Phil Drummond them.
Well, we got a lot of spiritual kids.
Not like Mr. Drummond and the different Scroats who ain't adopting nobody.
I think whenever I discovered my inner wholeness, it was me allowing myself to stop judgment, stop beating myself up, stop thinking I wasn't qualified, shutting those imposter syndrome spirits out of myself, and then accepting all of me, accepting every season, embracing all my imperfections, getting free from people, right? Healing past hurts. Yeah. Going in and getting deep inside to the root of who I am, and not just chopping the root, but getting deep inside. And really, a lot of times it's going to get BetterHelp therapy. You know, BetterHelp is something that we have ads on our podcast. It's literally looking on a Zoom and talking to someone that is educated and helping you get through situations that have really kept you hostage.
Yeah, just you don't have to go to Miami with your girlfriends on the girlfriend trip and just pay that Visa card that you got overbalanced, past due bills, stuff like that.
Because that stuff will keep you away.
You don't have to go out every weekend, or you don't have to go to the mall and stuff every weekend. Yeah. Once you pay that emergency bill that you went there and ran that bill up and stuff to the hospital, because you may need them before they need you.
That's the thing that I love about me and you both. We're pretty frugal. Like you and I are very cautious. Like I am not buying stuff just to fit in with people. I am definitely not enamored with people's status or titles, because I believe all of that is earned, and all of that is earned through inner self-awareness. It is realizing, man, this voice, you know, one day I'm up, one day I'm down. Yeah. And it's doing what you said. Take care of stuff you can take care of. My dad used to always say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Yeah. One foot in front of the other. Educating yourself as you go. And realizing nobody's coming to get you.
And once you get to the money, none of that stuff won't even be important anymore. Yeah. Because you already know this is where you came from. When people come from a certain place, certain things, it's not important anymore. The new Jordan is not important. I don't even know what they look like. I can probably buy one that was 12 years old. I wouldn't even know what. I'm thinking, man, these are new Jordan. They new to me. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's huge, getting free from that needing to just feel validated by a crazy world.
You 45 years old, lined up in a line waiting on the new Jordan. Isn't that insane? Jordan figured out how to buy the next private jet, or the next opportunity to buy a franchise or something like that. We got to think bigger.
So ask yourself while you're watching this podcast today, ask yourself, like, as we're talking about these topics even, you know, write down what is my vice? Like, what is keeping me where I am today? Because life is all about growing. Yeah. Like it's not being embarrassed about what you've walked through, but allowing what you've walked through to become lessons for other people. Yes. Allowing your testimony to, man, talk about it. We live in a world where you keep family secrets hidden, and no, talk about it. Yeah. Talk about being an overcomer. Talk about going from a credit score of 400 to 800. Talk about how you did it. When I first met you, you were a gatekeeper.
Yeah, I was.
But you are not now.
Yeah.
You are so full of wisdom. And it is pretty spectacular watching how God aligned me with this man 3 years ago that loves people. Like, we want everybody to win. And you've got to get people like that in your life. Everybody is not jealous of you. Everybody doesn't want what you got. There are some people in this world that really love you, you may not even ever meet me and Angelo in person. But yet we could still be a voice up for you. We can be a hand up for you. And so I think I never think I know it all.
No.
All these events I walk into, my daddy always taught me, when you're at a table with people that are killing it, be quiet.
I don't know.
Listen.
I don't know everything, but if I'm wrong, I doubt it.
But when you are, you're quick but you really are full of a lot of wisdom.
Like, man.
But get around people like that, y'all, that you can glean. You don't have to be in my masterminds to grow. I'm on every single morning at 8 a.m. Get around people. Stop allowing the people in your own house to keep you down. Stop allowing people, even if your husband doesn't see it in you yet, or your wife doesn't see it in you yet. If you see it in you, if you realize that God loves you and God created you, and it's never, ever too late for you to flip the flow,
right? Flip
the script.
Right.
And so know yourself deeply. So write that down. And God's going to drop some stuff in your spirit. That's journaling. Y'all know I'm huge on journaling. You can go back in 3 months and look at where you were today and be like, man, I cannot believe how much I've grown. And then accept all of you. Accept every scar. Accept all the wounds. Mm-hmm. Accept your mess ups. Maybe you weren't in your children's life when you were younger because you and your wife didn't get along. Now go build a relationship. Get rid of that pride. Then another one is align yourself with your values.
Man.
Like, when your actions reflect your core beliefs, you experience integrity and peace.
Align yourself with your values. How will you think people will look at that? And let's just say, you got 80% of the people may make $600 a week. Mm-hmm. How do they align themselves with their values?
I think you said it at the beginning of this podcast.
Should they keep going to DoorDash, or should you just go into Publix or Kroger's and go get some groceries, save some money? Because DoorDash and Instacart, they charge you money.
I remember that's the first thing that you did when we got married. You were like, get rid of the DoorDash, get rid of the Instacart. I'm going to the grocery store. We go in that grocery store now. I never saw a grocery store for like 4 years before you.
But if you're that busy,
and we got the money,
and you only make so much money, you make that much money, that means you got more time,
baby.
But if you got more time than money, then keep doing what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. Then your values is up here. But if you got so much time, then you should be going on a private flight. You don't need to fly a commercial or whatever because you got that much money. But your values is way out of line. So I aligned my values here when I was making $20,000.
Stop living on Gucci budget when you really are Poochie budget.
I aligned myself when I was making $15,000, $20,000 a year. $20,000 a year. Now, how can you get to that $20,000 a week, $20,000?
Yeah, start paying attention to your behaviors.
That's how you get.
And that's what y'all are writing down.
That's how you get
today, so that you can say, y'all, you would be shocked when you go through what you're spending money on just to make it through today, because you're not thinking about the future. That if you just write down, you could save $2,000 off of DoorDash or your Sheen haul or Fashion Nova, or just buying trinkets that you don't need.
Yeah.
Like, align your values for today, not where you want to be, so that you can get to where you want to be.
Right.
So, and then here's another thing. Cultivate presence. That's the last one. It's being mindful. It's spending time. Give God Sundays. Get in church. Go serve at your church. Get in Limitless. Become one of the dream teams. Go to your church in your local city. Help your pastors make heaven more crowded. Spend time with God first thing in the mornings. Like cultivate presence. Let go of the fragmentations of the brokenness and who you used to be and become something new.
And cultivate their vision, not just come in there with your vision. See what they're doing first, then you start. This is the reason why jobs don't work out for people. You coming in there want to run the job.
Yeah.
And you never
It's so
out.
funny. When I started Masterminds, I'm going in my second year now with Masterminds, and it's my one-on-one coaching. Yeah. And I remember the first year I was really learning how to coach all these different masterminds. They all needed a different version of me in their life. Mm-hmm. And I remember you said one day, because one of the girls just wouldn't listen. She was just out there trying to be up here, and she was really still down here. And you were like, Kim, you need to stop making these people feel like they already, you got them feel like they can jump out of a window and fly.
You made them feel like they went up there SpaceX already before. Like they was up there before Gail.
But that's my job.
Yeah.
Your job is to keep yourself humble enough to allow yourself to grow and listen.
Some of them still need to keep their depends on.
So listen, basically what we're talking about today with this creating inner wholeness is no matter what season you're in, it is allowing yourself when God brings people into your life, because you're going to be that in someone's life. So this is your learning season, maybe. This is your season of starting over. This is your season of finding who you are in this next chapter of your life, finding a new norm. Find you a voice. Find you podcasts that speak to you. Get on my YouTube channel, Real Talk Kim YouTube channel, subscribe to it. And then listen, it's okay for you to take somebody else's idea and put your own twist on it. Like you don't have to always reinvent the wheel. Like when something is working for somebody else, put your sauce on it.
Yeah.
And just go.
Be around like-minded people, even though your friends can be your friends and you've been friends for a long time, doesn't mean they really support you. Find your like-minded people.
Yeah, especially people that only know you from who you were.
Yeah, find your like-minded.
Yeah. Y'all, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back right after this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Babe, this has been one of the biggest podcasts ever.
It have?
I mean, one of the fastest.
Oh, I'm like,
today.
This is like,
no, we're going to prophesy that.
Oh.
This is the biggest one we've had.
I thought it was like biggest.
Because y'all are sharing and y'all are caring. So here's what I want to leave you with. Avoid over identifying with what you're trying to fix from your past. Let it go. Grow from it. Let all the things that you've walked through become free life college. You don't have to pay one student loan back. And realize there's not another person on this planet that's like you. There's not another person in this planet. People can steal your recipe, but they ain't got your sauce. And realize that as you were doing this inner wholeness healing, that you have a part to play in it. You can't wiggle your nose and it just happens. It takes different actions.
What that wiggle your nose mean?
You remember I Dream of Jenny?
No, that's Bewitched.
Oh.
you didn't watch TV. You were Pentecostal. You didn't watch TV. I mean, you could tell you didn't watch TV. You're like, I Dream of Genie. No, I Dream of Genie. They're like that. Like, bring
and she had hair like mine today.
Yeah, like bring me some Frosted Flakes here now.
I think that's how we really want to be in life. We want to just blink our head. I just think that I hope out of all the podcasts that y'all listen to with us, that as real and raw that we are.
I think Mrs. Crabtree played your mom.
She did?
Yeah. She
had her hair on top of her head?
No, she was the nosy lady next door and stuff that had all the tea.
Yo, every time we get in the car on Sundays, Mimi rides with us to church, and we have 45-minute drive. Mimi's giving us all the tea. Mimi's funny, huh?
Yeah.
Mimi is out in these streets.
New name, AKA Miss Crabtree.
She is so funny. She's giving us all the tea in her building, all the tea with people, all the tea with Usher. I'm like, girl, you don't even know who Usher is.
Usher was right here at Starbucks with us. And then
he took a picture.
No, and then the other old lady, they take a little picture on the slide.
Like, don't you think it's so
like
funny?
90 years old, like
don't you think
like,
it's so funny? I think the P. Diddy trial that has been going on is so funny. Watching people get so wrapped up in other people's like celebrity life.
Oh man.
Like they want to just be all in the why? I do not pollute myself with tea. Of nobody's tea.
Everybody, I mean, you can't turn.
Because what is it doing for your life?
You can't look at your watch without seeing P. Diddy right now.
I know it.
Good grief.
And like, who cares? Like, just live. Pray for him and live.
Yeah.
Go do your thing.
Yeah.
So y'all listen, what are you going to do?
They say
after watching this podcast.
They did say a P. Diddy party don't stop. So now it ain't stopping. So.
I can't believe it because you're so right. I'm not even following gossip pages and it's still all over my For You pages.
I remember it was 2024. I could tell you I did go to a P. Diddy party. So we had a Super Bowl party. Just everybody was invited or whatever. And I got some tickets. And I mean, it was just an experience of being there. There was a lot of people there. So, but it was something that
baby,
when you
did
think
you see the baby oil?
No, this was before the baby oil. So it was something that he was.
Come on and talk about it, baby.
It was something that he was always trying to create, and he came there and came to the party, and he was like, man, and everybody was like, when we saw him when he hit the stage, and we like, Duval, and he was like, man, he thought that we was booing him. We were like what?
When was this?
2024, I think, was the Super Bowl was in Jacksonville. We was off Atlantic Boulevard or somewhere, Arlington Road or something. And, we went past that where we went to the beach. But he was hearing that, dude, he thought that we was booing him.
What did he do?
And then when the guy went and told him, say, hey, that's what they saying. The city saying, Duval. And then he came back, he was like, Duval. And everybody just got so hyped. So he always been this party entertainment guy.
Yeah.
What someone do behind closed doors, we don't know. We don't know. We don't live with that person. We know each other, but we don't know what you do in your own household.
And that's everything to do with what we talked about today. Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. That's what
like, man, make sure that you're not getting excited off of other people's failures. Make sure that if it ain't paying your bills, don't waste your time on it.
But people will talk about you, but I mean, what about all the good stuff that he gave the money to HBC? So let's not convict someone first before the jury. Yeah.
And even if the jury does, it ain't our job
to
judge them. And this is even in your personal lives. People can literally act like the jury in your life.
Yeah.
But you decide what your life looks like, not them. Nobody can unqualify you, and God qualified you, and he did qualify you. So y'all, we love you so much. Make sure you're subscribing. Go to realtalkkim.com. Get your tickets to the Dream Conference. We will see you right here in Atlanta, Georgia, June 27th and 28th. If you have any questions at all about RTK Inner Circle Masterminds, the conference, our church, Limitless Church, you can reach out to rtkquestions@gmail.com, and our team will help you lovingly. So we love you guys so much. Thank you for sharing. And listen, be self-aware. Nobody's going to be there to pick you up but you at the end of the day. So stop being codependent on other people's attention and them enabling you, and get up, because you are a world changer, a nation shifter. Man, you're amazing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this. And we will see y'all next week. Love you guys.
Yay Media Group.